Did you see Tom Brady came out?
Yeah. I just saw that on the way here.
That's crazy. What are you thinking?
Balls.
Wait, what?
It's great.
That's crazy.
Have you seen anything better than Mediocrity?
Me what?
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought it was about him saying that he sees nothing but mediocrity
Yeah, that
in
is
the
what he said.
NFL.
That is what he said. Mediocrity, though.
What did I say?
Definitely not that
Mediocrity.
word.
Not that word?
You
Let's
combine
start over.
idiocracy with mediocrity.
Oh, hold on. First down dogs. What?
No, we're always recording.
Wait, I thought you just said he came out.
No, that's in a couple of years.
I thought he did when he kissed
Yeah.
his son.
I just thought he was gay the whole time.
Yeah. He wears Uggs and makes out with his kid.
Yeah, I guess it's good for him to come out and say that stuff, but I mean, come on, shut up.
Why?
Because you're Tom Brady. You
He's
just
a goat.
go get another surgery, make out with your kid. Just stop.
I think it was a good statement.
Good take? Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm going to listen to him.
First down, dogs.
How's Friendsgiving?
It was delicious. It was really good.
How many friends?
There was like 8
How this debate? Like,
girls.
in a Friendsgiving, shouldn't you not have turkey?
Why?
Because like you're gonna have turkey
Yeah,
on
definitely not.
Thanksgiving.
We
but
didn't.
you do. Like it's just like
you
a
do?
regular Thanksgiving. It's like another Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we didn't do that this year. Last year we did that, and it's a lot. So this year we did turkey meatballs with gravy.
Like how much turkey you need in 1-2 week period?
No,
I mean,
you're
I only need it
sleeping
once a
forever.
year.
Once.
That's it. So what'd you cook? Not bought. Cook.
What did I make?
I don't know. You shouldn't be thinking about it this long.
Oh, I made a caprese tortellini salad
Oh.
with pesto.
You didn't really make it. You kind of just threw the shit together.
Tossed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes with turkey balls.
You gotta have diversity.
Yeah. When I think of, fall and Thanksgiving, I think of caprese
Totally.
salads.
That's like when you're growing up and like you live from any town on Long Island, dead of summer. It could be like 1,000 degrees outside. You go to someone's party, like you got like a sweet 16 or you got like a backyard party. Always baked ziti.
Absolutely. It's the easiest thing. That's why. It's just wonder if it's going to be real sauce or penny alla vodka. Those are the two things.
Well, do they
And
make
how
it with
long
the
it's
ricotta?
been sitting there so that everything's just like
Crunchy.
congealed together.
Yeah.
I usually wait until the second tray starts. That's when I go and get food.
Hard Knocks for the Dolphins starting tonight.
Tonight, 9 o'clock.
That's going to be fun, I think.
I do. I think,
Wish I had
A lot of personality there.
yeah, McDaniel's, between McDaniel and Tyreek, I think they're just going to get all the film, all the camera time.
Hope it doesn't distract them because they sucked last week.
I hope they shave to his head on the show so I could see it because he looks fucking ridiculous.
Tyreek cut his hair shorter.
He did. Yeah, he said it makes him faster.
I was going to say so he could run faster.
Yeah, he said that. He said it. He's got like a podcast, and he's pretty funny. Like you listen to his podcast, like he comes at the team he's about to play, like he'll talk shit.
Good.
And he'll go at the guys, like just, fucking around. It's all in fun, but
Bro,
he goes at
that
him.
fucking touchdown he had. Holy shit.
He's
You're going to get to the point where it's like the secondary is just going to stand and watch him get because there's no point in even trying to make him move towards
Right,
it.
right.
It's like when the outfielder doesn't turn around on a home run.
Yeah,
You know, like you're going to get that. You're going to get that soon.
True.
he literally hit the turbo boost, caught
Just
the ball,
let
took
him
2
run.
steps, and it was just like fuck.
You're going to get that soon.
I wish he did it twice last week.
All right, week 11 results. Kathleen, 4-1. Nice job.
Good job.
Thank you.
Should have been 5-0.
Thank you.
What happened last night? I don't even know.
KC can't score in the second half anymore.
That in the last 2 minutes. I was 5-0, 58 minutes into that game.
They won on a tush push, huh?
Yeah, that was the last play, right?
I think so.
Tush push.
Their last
Imagine
points.
they had Kansas City had a wide receiver. They'd be scary. They'd be a scary team.
Yeah.
But luckily, they don't have anybody that can catch the ball.
They have nobody that can catch the ball.
It's
Even
amazing.
Kelsey, even Kelsey sucked.
Van.
Dropped 2 big
Well,
ones.
I called that week 2. We knew, once you get fucking Taylor involved and all the other bullshit, you can't concentrate. Once Brittany Mahomes is involved and it's fucking over for them.
It's so funny that I was actually thinking about that when he had the
Oh.
2 misses and the penalty. I was like, oh, Taylor Swift. Getting to him.
She wasn't there.
It's getting to
And then
him.
his brother.
I know.
Did you see Jason Kelsey came out of the tunnel with DeAndre Swift. The two of them walked out, Swift Kelsey, on purpose coming out of the tunnel.
That's pretty hilarious. I actually
That's
put that
amazing.
together today at work. Isn't that weird? Nobody said anything about it last night, Swift and Kelsey.
One of the players from Philly said something about it. They're like, the only Swift and Kelsey we care about are on our team or whatever.
Pretty damn good. That's funny.
Yeah.
He never beat him. The little brother never beat him before, right?
He beat him in the
Oh,
Super
Big Brother
Bowl.
never beat him, right?
Oh.
Phillies never beat him. I don't know. Casey was dead.
What about your wins? Anything you feel good about? Exceptionally?
No, I just feel really good. I'm in my comeback era.
Okay.
Even though she was just bugging out in the other room trying to make a picks.
But I do this every week. This has been my this has been working
hard.
for me. This has been working for me.
Is it just this week that's hard?
Last week I felt like was easier. But wait, Kansas City, Philly though. I have
Always
so
easier
many.
after you go 4-1. Last week was super easy.
I told you that next one is like 1-4 this week. I told you last week was hard.
The Kansas City Philly game though, there's still I have so many questions. Like, is Kansas City
They're the red team.
not as good? Are they not as good as they've been playing at? Is Philly still the team that
They don't have any wide receivers. Casey.
Let
has
me
zero
make my
wide
point.
Okay. Is that your rant?
No, I really don't have it. Is Philly still the same team where they're barely going to win next week and they just had a ton of adrenaline this week because they lost to Kansas City in the Super Bowl and they just came out like, we're winning no matter what? Like, I feel like I have so many questions and I don't have answers until this week now.
Yeah. That's how it works. It's week to week.
So then don't bet on Philly or KC this week. No, I think KC did a great job at keeping them at 2nd and 10. They didn't get any yards in their first couple downs here and there, and they
Their
just,
average to
defense
go
is
was
good.
9.1 yards.
And
Average
they-
to go.
right, and they didn't have
second
a
down.
tush push until what, late in the third, I think.
Yep.
I think it was
KC
late in the
defense
third.
looked fucking lights out in that
Yeah.
first half.
Absolutely.
Lights out.
Trip goes 3-2, comes in second place.
Yeah.
Should have been 5-0.
No. The
Wanna be sure.
I mean the Dolphins that they shit the bed again. They do what they do best and they beat themselves. They had in the first half they had 9 possessions, no punts, 14 points. Like that right there. They drove down multiple times. They had missed field goals. They turned the ball over. Listen, I get McDaniel and his offense. He's kind of crazy. He's kind of wild. He's got all these different plays. 4th and 1. I don't care where you are. Get under center and run a straight fucking halfback lead, fullback, whatever you want to call it. Just run up the middle. Enough with he's throwing a fucking quick screen on the goal line on 4th and 1.
Right.
Why? Why? You're averaging 8 yards a carry when you run the ball.
Yep.
Just run it right at him. Take the 1 yard. Fall forward. I get it. They don't want to run a quarterback sneak because Tua could get hurt. He got hurt last year on a quarterback sneak, so they want to do it. I didn't like that. I don't like when they get too cute, and he has a tendency to get too cute.
That would-
Made me nervous off the bye that they were so unorganized. I want to say they just didn't look crisp coming off the bye, and that made me a little nervous.
Yeah, that was their worst win by far, right? This year.
Yeah,
was
that
their
win, yeah, absolutely. And the other game that I lost that was the Arizona Houston. I had the over. That just I don't know. Of course, the one time I bet on a Houston game, CJ Stroud throws 3 fucking picks. It was inevitable. It's just the way it goes.
You're lucky.
That was nothing to say about that game. I don't know. And then G-Men plus 9.5 was awesome.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a great pick.
I didn't think they were going to score 31 points, but I thought they'd cover.
No,
I didn't think the Commanders were that bad.
I go
I don't think they
2
are.
2 and 3. The easiest pick of the week, the Steelers under. 8.
I can argue with you.
8 of the last 10 games, the Steelers have gone under.
8 points? Oh, no, it was a little more. Yeah.
That one felt good from the start.
Yeah, I would say so.
It was like the first 4 or 5 drives. It was like both teams get inside the 20 and just stall out. What happened?
I know 3 drives in if the Steelers are not going to play in the first half. It's pretty
It was
amazing.
Big Ten football. It was Iowa. They were Iowa yesterday. It was like watching an Iowa football game.
The Cowboys, pretty impressive. Cover that big spread. The defense playing really well. They had, what's that guy's name? Bland? His 4th pick 6 of the year. Ties the record.
They had that, was it last year or 2 years ago where
2
was
years
it Diggs?
ago with
2 years
Diggs.
ago with Diggs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And Tony Pollard found the end zone, which is great. Crazy thing about Carolina is Frank Reich is on the hot seat. He's only been there for a few months.
This poor guy cannot win. Like he goes to Indianapolis and they just run through a cycle of just shitty quarterback after shitty. Like oh, you guys have a really good team. Here's Matt Ryan, fresh off of retirement. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah. I don't understand what they thought was going to happen there, though. It's a rookie quarterback who's half a midget. And, it's like,
and you traded away your best offensive weapon.
I can't even name a wide receiver.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, I don't think somebody like that should be on the hot seat.
No way.
You got to give them more chances.
But I think it's also that they keep, like, he gave the offensive play calling away. Now he took it back. And, like, that, I think it worried about all that
Well, that's a disorganization of himself right there. But, I mean, you really shouldn't be on the hot seat 10 games in with a new quarterback.
And then Kurt Money, 1-4.
Yeah, really
What
disappointing.
happened?
What happened?
I thought you were going on a roll.
I'm starting that roll this week.
Okay, good.
Miami sucks. That was super disappointing. Carolina held Dak in check. They just couldn't keep on giving the ball to the defense. So they got beat up. I mean, it was close until the middle of the third quarter, and then they just failed. And then I realized, what the fuck am I doing betting on that guy when I told myself I would never touch him? Buffalo Jets, I had 18 minutes to get a touchdown from either side.
You watch that game?
Yeah, I watched that game. And they couldn't do it.
What about the going for two?
How about going for two? I think I texted it. They got their first passing touchdown in 1,000 throws or something like that? And then they go for two with a pass play.
Smart.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me? What is that?
Smart.
And then I continued to watch the rest of the game. And
What about Timmy Boyle? Is that his name, Timmy Boyle?
What about Timmy
his
Boyle?
college stats?
Awful. I saw them today.
1 touchdown, 14 interceptions.
How is that? He knows somebody,
That's
right?
his college stats. Got drafted with that stat.
Well, not from an NFL team. He was a walk-on, wasn't he?
No, he got drafted, I think, by like CFL or something like that. Then he goes because he's Aaron Rodgers' boy.
And they're
I
gonna
knew we had
play
to know
Boyle
somebody.
over Trevor.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Oh, it's Jets organization.
Timmy Boyle and fucking Tommy DeVito? What is that, a fucking plumbing?
Super Mario Brothers.
Some sort of fucking trades.
The Jets have 10 total touchdowns on the
dead.
season. 10 total touchdowns on the season. The Dolphins scored 9 touchdowns in one game.
Let's go. So we go 10-10 on the week. What the fuck?
Best 500
Something's
team.
gotta happen.
Best 500 show. You know what? I will say, I searched the internet for some picks because I needed some assistance this week. So I was looking around.
A lot of people in
Everyone's
trouble.
under 500 against the spread.
Except for Joe Beningo.
Oh, please, that fucking guy.
You didn't run into the guys that were like 12-1 last week, and the guy that was 13-2 the week before that, or the guy that was
the ones that have the pick, straight up.
Yeah.
They're like 160, and then it's with this against the spread. Out of 6 guys, 5 of them are under 500.
You need to just look up guaranteed winners. There's a billion of them on TikTok and Instagram.
I want to
they're
look
all
at
guaranteed.
this week.
It's
Let's
amazing.
go in some of our comments. And ask those guys. They're smart.
Honestly, I really think it's a tough year, and the unders are fucking crazy.
All right, so the season stats. I'm still in first, 30-24-1. Feel good about that. Trip, 28-26-1. Kurt, 26-27-2.
God,
And Katie is 1-4-1 week away from being 500 again.
I hate this.
I'm gonna
That's
go
not true. You
5.
gotta
I'm
go
gonna go
5.
5-0.
There's 35 picks left, 7 weeks. I am going 25-10.
All right.
That's what I have to do.
It's got to start this week.
That's what I have to do.
One game,
Put it into the
one
universe.
quarter, one drive at a time.
All right,
you know?
Boomer.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, so I got the most impressed. Aaron Donald's hit on Geno Smith. That is the hardest I've seen a quarterback get hit without a penalty in fucking 10 years. He buried that motherfucker.
Yeah, but he came back.
Who?
Geno Smith, he came back for the last drive, which I'm surprised.
I don't know. He was fucking dead. But it looked like he was back.
Dead.
Ironically, that's not the hardest he's ever been hit.
I know. That was a murder.
Nice.
That was a train wreck. Loved it.
I honestly, I didn't see it.
All right, cool.
I didn't see it, but I heard that it was ridiculous. But he got back up. I had the under 249 yards, I think, or something like that. When I saw that he was out in one of my prop bets, when I saw that he was out, I'm like, fantastic, $110 for this win. All of a sudden, I see him on the last drive, throws for another like 50 yards. I won by about 4. 4 yards. It was ridiculous.
Tight.
It was super tight.
You start making phone calls to people on the sideline, like, I need you to take him out.
Do you ever look at a bet and say, I got this.
Every week.
This is every week. And then all of a sudden, everything just falls apart with like a minute and a half left?
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question. Because of the Baltimore Ravens game, because I'm sure a ton of people had Burrow. I'm sure a ton of people had Andrews. Is Vegas just waiting for injuries? Because that's how they have to clean up on that.
I want a congressional investigation into that because that's horseshit. I lost a lot of fucking money on the Bengals that night.
Yeah, but he was going to play. It's because he got hit.
But I don't think I would have put that much money on it had I known that, like, hey, he's hurt. He's not 100%. It's his throwing wrist. It's the fucking one that's really important.
I hear it, but I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't scheduled to play.
He wasn't even on the injury report.
That's true.
There's a reason that the injury report exists.
Because I know they're investigating.
Yes.
That's why.
Very illegal.
I don't know. I just think I was just thinking of all the prop bets that are out there.
Yeah.
As soon as a guy goes down, you are screwed. You're screwed.
You know what's fucking crazy? Every time I look at like you go on FanDuel and they give you all like the prop bets, like, 20,000 people put this one in today, and here's so and so's prop of the day, and then you look at all these other people on TikTok and and all the props, nobody goes under.
No,
it's like this guy for the over yards, this guy for the, and it's like not everybody can have a career day. Like that's not possible. I don't understand how everybody goes with the over. I mean, last night I had the under in Pacheco rushing yards. I fucked that one up, but still, why don't people go for the under sometimes? Like when a quarterback is at Geno Smith at 249 is a fucking crazy high number.
Right. Well, that's a good point. I mean, since it's so over, like the numbers must be high.
Yeah,
they must take an advantage of being under.
It's not fun to root for an under.
It's not. It's not fun at all.
It's not fun to root for an under. It lasts the entire game. Yeah. You do the interception, one interception a game. As soon as he throws it, you win.
Sucks. Look at the Giants-Commanders game. If you had the under in that game, you probably killed yourself right after the game. 14 points by the two of the shittiest teams in the league. 14 points in the last 2 minutes from those two fucking teams.
Yeah.
You're sitting there going into the fourth quarter going, this is locked up. Right. This is amazing. You turn the channel, you do whatever you want, and you come back to find out that they scored 14 points in it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe because I was 1-3 going into that Minnesota-Denver game. I really wish I could have called you guys and switched my pick. I was like, there's not a chance it's going 43.5 in this game. Not a chance.
Speaking of the Giants, my biggest surprise is Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
That guy woke up on Sunday morning in a twin-size bed in suburban New Jersey, came downstairs. His mom poured him a bowl of Frosted Flakes, drove him over to MetLife Stadium in a 1989 Cadillac. He threw fucking 3 touchdowns and destroyed the Giants' future.
No, everybody wants them to lose so bad so they can get a good pick.
And then didn't shower when the game was over.
Didn't shower, went home for cutlets,
He did one of these too.
Yeah.
When he scored
that was amazing.
Exactly.
That was fucking awesome.
Did he?
Yeah.
Then fucking 2 hours later, he's at every bar in Hoboken.
Why not?
Yeah.
Dude,
Was he really?
Playing beer pong.
It's got to live
Wait,
it
is
up.
that real?
No, I made that up.
Oh.
Most of that.
I was
Except
not
for
paying
ruining the
attention.
Giants' future. Most of that was all in my mind. What a surprise.
Yeah,
You think the general manager's in the box going, what the fuck is he
What's
doing?
happening right now? Put Tyrod in.
Quick.
Can I have a moment for an impressive stat for Lions comeback?
Yeah. You can say whatever you want. You don't have to ask me.
Raise your hand next time.
NFL teams were combined 0-84 this season when trailing by double digits with 5 minutes left to play. The Lions ended that streak with their comeback win in the last 5 minutes. Wild.
It was pretty impressive.
That was impressive.
0-84 is wild. They're now 1-84.
They shouldn't have done that. But it was so classic Bears that it wasn't surprising when it was happening. And then when they scored again, I was like, holy shit, they're going to cover the 10 points.
The Bears exposed the shit out of the Lions defense, though. Because they should have won that game, but they played safe in the end and they lost it.
Yeah.
They took their foot off the gas.
It's one of those teams that when you're supposed to just run out the clock a little bit, you go for a 60-yard pass. I don't even understand that method.
Terrible.
It was unbelievable.
But those are the games that good teams, you got to win those ugly games. You got to come back. You're up, you're a double-digit favorite, whatever it is, and then you're like, all of a sudden you're in a tight game. You don't care about that. You just gut out the win. And
yeah.
that's a huge win, especially in a divisional game. I know it's not going to mean anything with as far as the division standings go, but a win like that is fucking ginormous for a team.
Yes. It was a big win. Good for them.
I had a disappointment this week.
Hit it.
2 guys that stuck out to me. Number 1, Sauce Gardner, and number 2, Jerome Baker on the Dolphins. The effort on these 2 plays that I'm talking about was just not there. Like, they just don't give a fuck, and it was gross to watch. Now, I understand Sauce. I forgot who it was, catches the ball right in front of him, and he takes like a half-ass swipe at the ball, and the guy just runs by him. He doesn't even just...
Was that the touchdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that play.
Instead of making a tackle, make a play, hold anything, just swipes at the ball, does not want contact. It reminded me of like a Dion back in the day when you would run to Dion's side.
Yep.
And he would say, I don't get paid to make tackles, I get paid to intercept passes.
Yeah, if he didn't
and
intercept it, you were free.
Jerome Baker, the same thing, had very similar play. Hunter Renfrow caught a little, maybe like an in route, about 8-9 yards, and then breaks it for, I think it was like a 30 or 40 yard gain. And Jerome Baker is just like jogging behind him, like making no effort to go tackle the guy. Christian Wilkins, who was 3 yards away from the quarterback, runs him down 30-something yards down the field and makes the tackle from behind. And this asshole...
That's embarrassing.
Can't stand that shit.
That's so embarrassing.
No effort whatsoever. I understand, the game in both spots was out of reach, essentially. The Dolphins knew they were going to win. The Jets knew they were going to lose. You got to give some fucking effort, man. It's on tape.
No, you got it. You get paid too much money not to give effort every 100%. Second of the game.
I feel like the Diggs got in Sauce Gardner's head. Did you see him body slam him in that game?
No.
He suplexed him in the fucking game. And then after that, did nothing.
I thought he was covering him pretty well in the beginning.
What scares me about him is that he's still not covering the best wide receiver all the time.
See, I thought
that's
he
because
was.
of the Jets.
Yeah, but he's got to
Defensive
ask.
coordinator.
At this point, he's got to ask.
Yeah, but most guys don't do that anymore.
Does he do only one side?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
No,
scheme.
he
It's the
said
way
that-
it's the way the Jets defense is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
He said he would cover anyone they asked him to
We're not
cover.
talking about the fucking Jets. They're the most undisciplined team in football. That game with the fucking fights and all of that shit, it's like...
But there's good news. Zach Wilson's
Tommy
gone.
Boyle.
Zach Wilson is
Third
gone.
string
Well,
now.
So I'm thinking he'll be back on the field in about 2 weeks because Tommy Boyle will suck, and the other guy, he'll get knocked out of the game.
Trevor Simeon.
Yeah,
Well,
he'll
then
be
Rodgers
He's
will be
gonna
back by
get
then.
hurt.
He was running today. I said.
He said he wants to be back at full practice by December 2nd.
It's over.
It's ridiculous.
All right, you got a rant? You got anything? Angry Katie, you got to fucking pump it up again.
Seriously, you got to bump it up.
What are you doing? This is not the attitude that's going to get you 4-1 again. Get mad at something.
5-0.
You were
Maybe if I'm
pissed.
peaceful, I'll get 5-0.
I mean, little 4-1 victories, she gets all, hey, everything's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. That's when you like the
don't
fucking
know,
Bears
I'm
in the Lions
stressed
game.
over my-
Don't let up. You got to put that fucking anger back out there.
All right. The only
Channel,
thing,
you're in a jet lag.
the only thing I have to say, Jets related, because I can't be angry at the other teams this week. Besides Kansas City, what the fuck? You had one job.
There it is.
There it is.
But
You had one job.
one job.
Yeah, why job?
The only thing is I'm happy they finally pulled Wilson. Great. My only concern is I am really scared that the organization as a whole, not putting it on one specific coach, they got to be done with Wilson completely. Like if they try to, Aaron Rodgers is going to come in next year. We're going to be living in our Aaron Rodgers era. If they still think that Wilson's going to come in after and be a better player following Rodgers and shit like that, like no, like this man is done. He's done. We get another quarterback in the
They're not gonna
draft.
They're not going to get him back.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Really? It's
I mean,
the Jets.
they don't want him to play right now. They just have to suit him up for money reasons, I think.
There was a couple articles that said they're going to outright release him, which they're definitely not going to do.
No, they're not going to do that.
But
He
the
has
fact that
to
that's
be
out
done
there
then.
is like, you're only going to go to him in an emergency.
Right.
That's it. Like literally when there's only Tommy DeVito left is the only time Zach Wilson's going to go in.
Next year, our quarterback's going to be Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco.
Oh, God.
Why the fuck did they sign Joe Flacco?
Why not?
He is awful. He's been awful
He's
for
so
5-6
old.
years. Like when he was on the Jets, it reminded me of Cutler on the Dolphins. Like you talk about a guy that's literally there only for the paycheck. He's not helping the younger quarterback. He's not teaching anybody.
he's not doing anything.
He's literally doing the bare minimum. He's showing up and then going home.
Didn't he say he didn't even want to line up for Wildcat?
No.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not doing it. Like, Flacco looks so uninterested with. I can't believe that another team signed him.
Do you think he needs money? I mean, does he need money?
Maybe.
No, he's got 5 kids.
Oh, that's why he's on
He
the
just
football
doesn't want to get
field. He doesn't want to be around his 5 kids.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I don't blame him. I blame the organization for signing him. Like, yeah, I would want to get the fuck out too.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
I like
Their
Cleveland.
defense is wild.
They call him Trader Joe now in Baltimore. He went to the division.
Trader Joe.
Trader Joe's, man.
That's pretty funny. He won't play. You think he's going to play over that young kid?
That's
No.
hysterical.
No.
TR.
He's third.
Okay.
He's third.
So then
They're going to bring him there to mentor him. It's like, all right, when you're in trouble, throw a deep pass and get a pass interference call. Works every time.
works every time.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We don't want to talk about the Steelers?
We can talk about the Steelers.
You want to talk about them again?
No, I always have just awful Steelers stats to make him feel bad.
I see this one right here. They haven't got more than 400 yards
yet.
yet.
Miami. I mean, listen.
can't.
I felt sure I can. That was a terrible
58
victory last
straight
week, and you
games
still
they
haven't beaten
haven't-
anybody over 500.
Wait, that's crazy.
So, I will say I felt really terrible about all my picks and my record, but it was a good day today because Matt Canada is gone, and it's a good day.
Yeah.
I'm wondering who's going to call the plays.
I saw a weird quote from fucking, what's his face today?
Tomlin?
He said something about Kenny Pickett. He's like, we're not pissing on that fire or something like that. They said, like, I'm going to get him out.
His fucking quotes are amazing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love
Say
it.
the standard is the standard.
We're not putting out that fire by pissing on it. That's what he said. I'm like, well, I don't even know what that means.
At least he wanted to talk about the Steelers. Now he's leaving and go piss. No, we're taking a break.
I'm taking a break. Just wanted to reset the camera so we can make the picks. We got 2 more
We gotta make
segments.
the picks. We got 2 more segments too.
That's not what the thing
Go
said.
get a beer real quick. Anyway,
he wants to pee.
turn the air off. Sky.
First down, dogs.
I feel like saying it without him here, and he won't be able to defend himself. Kenny Pickett, least turnovers in the NFL.
Nice.
The guy doesn't give the ball up. He doesn't get any shots to throw it downfield.
The fucking
I'm
stats.
sorry. Maybe that's a crazy stat, but that's because I guess the second half of this season, everybody else is doing worse because in the beginning, he was throwing a pick every single game.
He has 4 picks on the entire season. Hasn't fumbled yet.
He has only 4 picks.
4 picks. He only has 5 touchdowns, but he only has 4
Yeah,
picks.
how many attempts does he have?
Listen, that's not his problem.
4
He's still
picks and
throwing
6
the ball
passes.
23 times, 24 times a game. Let's see what the guy could do with somebody who will play. Listen, if they start throwing the ball down the field and in the middle of the field and he starts throwing it to the other team and making mistakes, then it'll be his fault. Right now, it's not his fault. He's a winning quarterback right now.
Kenny Pickett, last 4 weeks, passing yards, 76 yards, 160 yards, 126 yards, 106 yards.
Sounds like the
He's an
NFL.
NFL starting quarterback.
Sure.
That's disgusting.
Everybody's throwing 220 this year.
Not him.
Not yet.
His next pass is his best pass, right?
You know by seeing these games on TV, how many shots does he have down the field?
How many does he take?
3 a game?
I don't know.
I'm
don't-
seeing about 3 a game.
I don't watch the all 22 for the Steelers because they're terrible, and I would fucking.
All right, but
stab
they've been
my
on
eyes
some
if I had to
prime
watch
time
that.
and they've been on CBS during the day.
Yeah, no, I've watched
They
them.
don't take any chances.
Yeah,
so
is that
let them
hit?
take a chance.
Okay. We'll see.
It's not like Matt Canada's going on the microphone and saying, listen, the play was supposed to be 1 option over here, 2 option over here. He's just throwing it off.
He hasn't said anything. He was
they've
a
been
good.
doing the same shit for 3 years. They did it with Ben. Remember Ben?
Ben was a shell of himself. He was. You
He was
rolled
still
out a
throwing
corpse.
checkdowns.
Yeah, and because he was a corpse out there.
I don't think so.
Oh my God,
don't
he
think
was.
so.
I would rather have Tommy DeVito than Ben Roethlisberger in his last year. The guy
right.
couldn't throw the ball.
All right, so we're making some picks for week 12.
Leave the
Only
Steelers.
3. All right?
3.
Kurt, you go first. 'cause you
I'm not
came-
going first for the Thanksgiving one then.
came in
because
late.
that
Yes,
won't
you
be
are.
fit.
You came in
That's
last.
place.
But that's not fair. That's 2 shows that I'm going first in.
It's not even a show. It's like a few seconds of
I'm
a
not
show.
going first.
You lost. It's the rule.
I'm
cares?
going first right now.
When you lose, you have to go first on all 5 picks. I'm just
Arizona
curious.
at home plus 1.5. No, you don't have to go first on all your picks unless
Yeah, you
it's
do.
your
Yes,
turn.
you do. That's how it goes.
Unless it's your turn. And your turn would come up if everybody else.
Knock it off. Kyler Murray's back. The Rams are not great. This starts my 25-10 streak. Arizona at home. I have no idea who he's throwing it to, but for some reason he's going to beat the Rams. Cooper Kupp's, I don't think he's playing. that does give Puka a chance to come back, which he did last week and get a TD and 70 yards, but he's not 100% healthy either. They don't really have a running back. Stafford is...
regression.
Yeah, Stafford's not killing it when he has the opportunity to. I'm going with Arizona plus 1.5.
Stafford's the opposite of Benjamin Button. He's old. He's getting older.
I'm sorry, Arizona's minus 1.5. I apologize.
So you're starting off a 25 run
With a 2-18.
with Arizona.
Yes.
Okay.
And not knowing the spread.
I thought it
Or
was,
who the wide receivers are.
I don't know who any of the
I like
wide
your style.
receivers are.
Might work. It's crazy. It's a nice system.
Changed my beer like you. I'm changing the
It
style.
didn't work.
here.
All it did was get me some hate on the internet.
Oh, it didn't work? Shit. Arizona's the favorite? I think you wrote this one down wrong.
Probably. All right. Next pick. The lock of the week.
Wow.
This is the easiest pick. You just got to get it out there right away. Jake Browning versus Kenny Pickett. The under's 34.5. I said it before. Steelers have gone under 8 of 10 weeks, past 10 weeks. These both the offenses are awful. Taking the under in the Steelers game, 34.5. Easy. Lock of the week. Put it in now. Put all your money on it.
Tell you one thing straight up. I'm not betting it, but the Steelers are winning that game.
Oh, we'll see.
Steelers are winning that game. I do want to make a remark. You are wrong. It is Arizona plus 1.5.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I mean, anybody can fact check at any time. We got to fact check
wanted
the
to fact
fucking
check it right
stats.
now.
You know, who we picked a week 25 times. Maybe if I put the lines in WhatsApp, I'll get a response.
But she's not going to ask until Friday at Saturday.
No,
at
I'm going to
3:30.
ask tonight at like 6:30.
If you guys just send your picks.
Just write them down.
All right,
It's only 4 of us.
Trip, you go.
We're gonna go with. No, I got plenty of picks
It's
here.
just funny because it's just like the first drive in NFL. You got to know your first 5 plays. And every
But I
time-
have
least
several.
2.
Like I had highlighted Pittsburgh here. I was gonna take Pittsburgh, but we just had the conversation. Now I'm not taking them because they suck.
Bad move.
I thought you
Okay.
said you were always, last show you said you're never taking them and you're always, always, always betting against them.
We said that a lot.
Who said that?
You.
No. I'm not allowed to bet Atlanta or New Orleans.
Nope, you said,
I'm not allowed to touch
remind me to always, always, always bet against Pittsburgh.
I said next year because of all the
Oh,
one
that's
score,
true because
the
of the
one score
close
games. Yeah.
Close games, yes.
Well, the turnover luck and the one score games. I said next year I'm betting the house
All
against.
right, we'll
them.
worry about that next year. Make a pick right now.
The show's canceled.
He's like, let's go. It's
I am
already
taking the Buffalo
9:30.
Bills plus 3.5 at Philadelphia. The old adage, hungry dogs run faster. The Bills absolutely 100% need this win. Philly's coming off a huge win against the Chiefs on a short week. So I'm going to take the 3.5. I fucking love the fact that I get the hook here. That actually surprises me. I think Buffalo is going to come out, try to throw it all over the yard. Philly hasn't beat up on anybody. They've kept almost every game close within at least one score. That Dolphin game should have been a lot closer. But I love Buffalo here. Love Buffalo here.
Love that.
Plus 3.5.
I'm doing the opposite of you.
Oh, I love it. I'm double down on my Buffalo.
Because she just got beat by Philly, so she's going with Philly. I love it.
No, I'm taking Philly because it's going to be one or two things. Either they're legit, they just beat a very good team. They're either legit and they come out and they crush Buffalo. Buffalo, I don't think is good. I have not thought they were good for a while. They're at home. I'm taking Philly minus 3.5. And if not, then they're not. Then they are what I've been saying they are all freaking year, where they don't
Madoffs?
where they lose, where they win by barely anything.
Hopefully nobody dies on the Bills this week.
Oh, my God.
But think about it. Short week. Plus you got Thanksgiving right in the middle of it. Like
Yeah.
Philly's coming off riding high.
see
They're
it.
going to celebrate the victory. Then they got Thanksgiving, which is going to be chaos for every other team with the family and all that shit.
Yeah.
And
Let's
the Bills
pick-
have been ready to go. They've been ready for this game.
I will say, I texted my buddy who went to the Buffalo game. I said, you got to see the famous ambulance in Buffalo.
Wait,
Did you see the dildo
Wait.
also?
can we pick? Can we
No,
pick?
she didn't have tickets this week.
Can we pick whose number is going to be on the
Oh,
ambulance
my
this
God.
week from the Bills?
It's remarkable.
Please.
Like, I have to walk away from
Because
the
it's
TV.
freaking funny.
It's crazy.
Can't believe it.
All right, pick number 2 for my 25-10 streak that I'm going to start going 5-0 next week. I am taking the Cleveland Browns and the rookie QB to stop Denver's massacre of 4 games in a row.
Wild card Denver.
I don't know. Wild card Denver. I like that.
They're gonna fucking get in.
I don't know. I don't. Russell Wilson, like by the skin of his teeth, is winning these games.
He's just throwing checkdowns, man.
I'm taking
Denver?
Cleveland plus 2.5.
Yeah. Check down.
That's it.
One deep pass. Great catch.
He's mastered like the lob just over the line.
That's it.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, you could jump in. Absolutely.
So I'm going to do something really crazy.
Eiffel Tower it.
You want to Eiffel
Hell
Tower?
no. I am not Eiffel Towering.
You sure?
You haven't
But
Eiffel Towered a game yet this year.
yes, I have.
All right.
I did one and I lost
she's
it twice.
Eiffel
Lost
Towered
both.
before.
Two.
Not her first time. 2. That was a crazy weekend, huh?
And I'm taking the under 35.5.
Ooh, I really like the over.
And which game is this?
Cleveland
about the Eiffel
at
Tower.
Denver. Cleveland at Denver. And
Okay.
the reason why is because Cleveland doesn't score, but their defense is lights out. The last time Denver played a very good defense was versus the Chiefs, and it was the lowest scoring game maybe of the freaking NFL season.
Yeah.
So 35.5, it makes me nervous, but I've been feeling this since looking at this paper. And then I saw that those stats and I'm taking under 35.5.
Did you flip out when you saw them run on the field for a field goal again at the end of a half?
But they did it.
Controlled chaos.
All right,
Stupid.
under. I really like the over. That was going to be my Eiffel Tower, but I'll somehow pick another pick.
You'll be all
You're
right.
not trusting it? Why? Eiffel
Because
Tower in it.
4-1.
My next pick, 2 of the most underrated defenses in the league. The last 6 weeks, the Chiefs, they're the number 3 defense. The Raiders, all of the games have gone under since Antonio Pierce has become the interim head coach.
Okay. All right.
Averages. Raiders games averaging 37 points a game. Chiefs games averaging 39 points a game. The under's 43.5. It's way too high. Taking the under in the Chiefs Raiders game.
I like that. And that's going to be a tough game as they're like rivals. They play versus each other very hard.
Great defenses. Both of
I'm
them.
jumping in on this game. Along with those stats, Chiefs and Raiders are 16-4 combined to the under this season. It's 80% hot, 80% for the under for the two teams when they play. Like you said, 37, 39 on the average. Home dog of 7 points or more. When the home dog, when there's a 7-point spread or more and the total is 44 or over, it's 64% to the under. So all those things factor in, makes everyone think the under. I'm going over. It doesn't make sense. It's way too high of a spread. This spread should be around 40, 39, 40. It makes no sense why it's at 43.5. I saw 44.5 on the way here. I'm going over. Something's up. It doesn't make sense. The number should be, it's off.
So
it's
it always
off.
confuses me when you two say it doesn't make sense, right? So what makes you go with the over?
'Cause it does.
Popularity is going with the under?
No, because I see it and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And then you look at the stats behind it, you're like, the stats don't even back it up. Like if you delve into the stats. So everything he said screams under. Everything I've read
Right.
screams under.
So you're just going flippity floppy.
I'm
He
just
does
going,
that a lot.
I have no basis
system.
on it. Yeah.
It's not a good system. It doesn't usually work out for you.
Okay.
All right. No, I was
We'll see. We'll see. That's why they play the game. You know?
That's why they play.
Every time I've done this, you guys have said that, and I'm pretty sure I'm at like
It's just, it always.
99-1 on
Yeah,
this side
you
of the
are
thing.
I don't think so.
Never. It just shocks me the way that you go always when it
Because-
doesn't make sense.
I
That's
look
because
at the
it
games
doesn't make
before
sense.
the spread's there. I'll look at the games, and then like in my head, I'll do a spread or whatever, and then
Yeah.
I'll look at the over-unders, and then I'm like, that's 44. Like I saw 44 before he said
Right.
the numbers. I was like, 44, that's kind of high. Like they're rivals. It's going to be a tight game. The Chiefs can't fucking score in the second half.
Right.
The Chiefs have, and they have like a very, very good defense. The Raiders defense has been very good. They're 7-2 on the under in the season. They've just held 3 in a row under Antonio Pierce. And I was like, this game's gone under. It should be 39, 40 points.
Yeah, it would make
Why is
me
it at
go
44?
under.
So give me the under
It would
43 and a
make
half.
me go under. I would think under and be like, wow, I got all those extra points.
Yeah.
Because it's so high.
Right, but
I know
when
what
do
you're
they give
saying.
you extra points ever? Like no one's ever that nice.
All right, I got 2 picks. What do we got?
Two.
Everybody's
also.
got 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
so-
up.
All right.
Back to Callie.
You go again because you were the worst.
Can't. I can't believe that I'm making myself wait until Monday night, but I am going Chicago at Minnesota. Chicago is 63% overs. They got their running back. Now they got 2 running backs that can run the ball, plus Fields. Fields just makes the possibility of points go up. Dobbs, I'm not as big as a fan as America is, but he is getting some points. He's putting it in the end zone. They also have 2 running backs going with Madison and Chandler. I just think they're going to roll up some points, put up some points in an indoor venue in Minnesota. I'm going over 43.5. I don't think the 42 fucking matters anymore. I think the median's like 39 now. But these 2 teams, I think they could score.
10-1 Monday Night Football unders.
Yes.
They're due.
It's so due.
Due for it.
So due, and I think I'm overdue. I think
You personally.
Not quite 99-1, but okay.
That's my last one.
All right. When's the last time there was any level of excitement for a Jaguars Houston Texans game?
This year, baby.
It's going to be big.
This would be fun.
Yep.
So I think Stroud came back down to earth this past week. 3 picks, despite still winning the game. Pretty nice, but, he's definitely getting not as good as he used to be.
What?
Huge divisional matchup. Jaguars. Yeah, I'm taking the Jaguars.
You're taking the Jaguars?
Yep.
What's the spread?
Wow.
1.5.
Oh, so it's a pick 'em. All right.
Jaguars are winning big games this year. I don't know. Just
Jaguars are definitely the better team.
They're
a better team.
inconsistent, though.
They're
Sure, but they
inconsistent.
definitely have the more talented
I
players.
looked at the game and I was like, I like that game, but there's so
they're
many questions with Houston. Who are they really?
A lot of
And it's
consistency.
home.
The Jaguars don't beat the good
At
teams,
Houston.
but they
Yeah.
beat the bad teams.
I think that's a solid pick. They're the team to beat.
I feel like Jacksonville's that team that everybody wants to be so fucking good.
Yeah.
And is like dying for them to be good so they could root for him and root
Trevor
for
Lawrence factor.
Yeah. He's very pretty.
Sunshine.
You're right. It is, though.
Of course it is. He's pretty.
You're up.
I'm
Like a young Brad Pitt.
Yeah. and Benjamin Button when he was like
Interview with a
18.
vampire.
Into the vampire with the hair.
In one of the sexiest games this week, I am taking the under in the New England New York Giants.
You're
football
taking
game.
under 33.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'll be there.
Because why is it so
I'm
low?
going to the game.
No.
Are you really going to the game?
Yep.
I think
Oh
if it was
my
at 23.5, I would take the under.
I got a bachelor party on Sunday at that game.
That's great.
Unders since 2020.
Bachelor party.
You get to see Tommy DeVito.
That's right.
Make your pick. Talk.
Thanks. Since
40
2020.
fucking 1 years old.
Stop.
to a
Let him
bachelor
make his
party.
pick.
Who's getting married?
My little
Your
cousin. I'm also in the
I
wedding.
knew it had to be a
Is it Brennan?
Yes.
Timmy?
Yeah.
Tommy?
No.
No, go.
Jimmy?
Focus.
Yeah. Jimmy.
Danny DeVito's not throwing 3 touchdowns this week, not against Belichick. Belichick's going to make him see ghosts.
Yes.
It's going to be disgusting, ugly, awful, horrendous football. Since 2020 games with the total points at 37 or less is 19-4 to the under.
Wow.
So I'm going to ride that stat. I'm taking the under 33.5 in the lowest, I think, total game in like 10 years.
Ever. 33.5. Shit.
I'm taking the New York Giants plus 3.5 in this game. New England is bad. New England is really bad. Like, who's playing quarterback? Do we
Still
even
haven't
know?
announced it yet.
Okay, so we don't even know. who
Belichick
the
told
fuck
everybody they
quarterback
might
is.
play.
Everybody's ready. Everybody
just
get ready.
I'm
Whoa.
riding with my fellow Italian and the New York Giants plus 3.5.
You think he's got like a ritual? You know? DeVito.
DeVito?
For sure.
Yeah,
he runs
he
regut
prays
under his
for
fucking
I
sure.
was going to say rubs mozzarella under his balls.
And he says like 10 Hail Marys or something before.
You remember in Rocky when he goes to see the priest and
Yeah.
the priest does a little thing? That's what he drives to the church.
How about, is that, did I really see Bill Belichick leaving some broad's house and looking for
Oh,
his
it was
car?
amazing.
Was that real?
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
Imagine you get Belichick on Tinder. Like you're swiping and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, it's fucking, it's just like the rings. You know, he's just got a Super Bowl rings up. You can barely see his face. You think Randy Moss is showing up to your house and it's Bill Belichick?
I don't know. I would just think that he would like have a guy like to give him his shirt so he puts it on before he gets in front of cameras and stuff. Like I just didn't think he'd be walking around by himself like that.
He's in a dark place right now.
He is. I love it.
You're talking to Belichick on Tinder, and then all of a sudden he ghosts you, and you're like, hey, what happened? He's like, we're on to Cincinnati. She's a stripper at the club I met the other night. We're on to Cincinnati.
Maybe he talks like maybe he's like a Gabby gab a lot. Like when he's out with a chick, like he just talks the whole time.
In that video, when he comes, he opens the door and he lets out like the biggest sigh ever. Like, I have to go back to work. Like he was just. I was like, ooh, that's not a guy that's excited about it. Where the fuck is his shirt?
Who knows? It looked like he was in the. I don't know where he looked like he was.
He's looking bad lately.
Yeah, he's looking.
Actually, always
Going through it.
He's looking real. He's looking extra bad.
Extra bad.
All
Looks
right.
like he was in like a scene of The Fighter.
Yeah.
Like, coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
He does look like that.
Head body, head body, head body.
Are we running through them?
I think we're done, right?
Everybody got a pick?
3?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow, that was good.
was.
All right. So I got the Steelers, Cincinnati under 34.5, Chiefs, Raiders under 43.5, and Jacksonville, Houston, Jacksonville -1.5.
I got Arizona at home +1.5 against the Rams. Cleveland +2.5 in Denver. And I got the over for Monday Night Football. It's going to be such a long week. 43.5. I got to wait for Monday Night Football.
Oof.
Better be 4-0.
I got the Bills +3.5. I got the over in the Kansas City Las Vegas game, over 43.5, and I got the under 33.5 in the Giants Patriots game.
I have the New York Giants +3.5, the under 35.5 in the Cleveland Denver game, and Philly -3.5.
That Philly Buffalo game is going to be good.
If anybody's out at the Giants New
Nobody's
England
gonna be
game,
there.
come say hi.
Come say first down, dogs.
Two worst fucking teams in the NFL.
You can't get tickets because DeVito's whole family's there.
Thanksgiving's canceled.
This guy's from the other side. This guy, he's from the other side. Like,
Take it deep.
First down, dogs.
Take it deep.
First down, dogs.